Hey, what's up, y'all? This is the Mother's House Podcast, and I am Deshaun.
Peace. What's going on, family? This is Corey. What's going on with my cousin?
Chilling, just living a life, appreciating the blessings. I'm appreciating the era IJ, the blessings, the airbars. Well, I know I'm probably messing it up, but yes, man, everything is good over here as well. So Quincy Jones, man, he I think somebody gonna try to kill Quincy Jones. No, because he was spilling all kinds of tea.
I mean, come on, that man was dropping. I ain't gonna say he was dropping jewels or bombs. He was just dropping every fucking thing.
He was just dropping.
Just dropping. He was just shooting. So Quincy Jones had an interview with the Vulture. Was it? Yeah, I don't know when it dropped today, but he did an interview with the Vulture, and he was very transparent. And then the things that I found more interesting is the things he didn't really talk about. But we're gonna get into it and talk about what Quincy Jones had to say about some of our beloved greats.
Right.
So Deshaun, you had a chance to read the Vulture, right?
Yeah.
Now I saw a lot of media, a lot of people talking about it. It's trending all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And but I think people are missing. Like, they focusing on Richard Pryor, sleeping with Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando was fucking some of everybody, according to Quincy Jones.
A mailbox too.
Right.
I'm wondering whose mailbox he was fucking.
Richard Pryor, Marvin Gaye.
I mean, some of every single body. James Baldwin.
Right.
Hey, damn. He was the thought.
Right.
Yeah. So that when he said that, it was like, but that's what everybody's harping on. They're harping on those points, and we're talking about that. Also, he was saying a lot of stuff about Michael Jackson. So we're gonna start off from there.
Right.
Yeah. So Deshaun, what he said about Michael Jackson?
He said Michael Jackson was a thief. He stole stuff. He stole a song from Donna Summer. It sounds like, I feel like if you don't really know music, you can't really catch it. But to me, that's more of a influence, inspiration. And I feel like they were around the same time, that same little era. So it's kind of like a lot of shit that sounds around the same era sound alike.
And he said Michael Jackson was greedy.
He said he didn't pay some guy.
Yeah, Greg Philliganis, who wrote the C-section of the song "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough,"
which was a huge song.
It's a huge song. And he said he would not give that man no 10% or nothing. He was like, "No, this mine."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I won't put that past Michael Jackson.
Right. Like, I think we have to remember that
he was.
I think we have to remember that these people are human. So even though we all love Michael Jackson and thought he was some type of deity, he was a human, and humans have flaws. So he could have been a greedy motherfucker. Like, no, I believe it.
Well, is that really greed, or is that
Hell yeah, it's greed. If somebody worked on your song and you don't want to pay them,
if I wrote a damn song, you don't pay me, I'm gonna be mad.
I don't give a fuck who you is.
He did rape them damn kids, goddamn.
Okay, wait a minute now. Let's hold up. Pump your brakes now.
But he said he hated to get into it publicly, but Michael Jackson stole a lot of stuff. He stole a lot of songs from Donna Summer. State of Independence.
Well, he didn't say a lot of songs from Donna Summer. He said a song. Did he say a lot of songs?
No, he said he stole a lot of songs.
Well, I mean, not a lot from Donna Summer in particular, though.
Yeah, not in particular, right. But Donna Summer's State of Independence is one. He also says that the Beatles. He said the Beatles kind of
Shitty.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the exact quote he says. I'm looking at the article right now. Because the guy asked him about rock and roll. And he said, rock ain't nothing but a white version of rhythm and blues, motherfucker.
I know, right? He kept saying that.
And, you know, I bet Paul McCartney, when he was 21, and he said the Beatles, they were the worst musicians in the world. Like, they the worst musicians. And you know what? That is somewhat, might be really true, because they like to pump up white artists.
They like to give you, it's like they like to shape history with themselves. I mean, look at Nefertiti. They like to shape history with themselves in the center of it. So I can see them say, okay, I don't know how good they are, good they aren't, but we're going to make these guys like extremely popular. I can definitely see that. Mm-hmm. Now the Beatles may be good today. I mean, they should be good after playing all these fucking years, but I can see them not being that great from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure they wasn't. He said they were like the worst band. And it sounds like he got too fond of rock and roll like that anyway. So, but that was kind of another thing that he said that I wasn't too surprised with him saying it. It was just kind of funny.
I just kind of went,
But this is the thing. Quincy Jones, 85 years old, right? And he said, and this is the thing about this article, he said a lot of stuff in the stuff he didn't talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he was talking about the Kennedy situation, where he said he knows, he had some, like, what was the question he asked him? He said, dang, what did he say, Shawty? Do you remember?
I just know he went into Kennedy and he was like, I don't even know why he went into Kennedy, because it's a long interview.
Because the interviewer asked him, what's something you wish you didn't know? He said, who killed Kennedy? So he alluding that he know who kills Kennedy. And I won't put it past Quincy Jones not to know, especially from the circles he was traveling in back in them days to this day. He traveled in connection with a lot of big name politicians to your biggest artists. You know what I'm saying? But he went into it about Kennedy, and he was explaining how the mafia kind of backed his campaign for presidency.
Right.
It was, man, it sounded like he sounded like a man who's 85 years old and know, like, my time is limited here. You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like he don't care. Like, he don't give a fuck. Like,
he don't care. And, you know, this is the thing. It could also, don't get it twisted, Quincy Jones, he done some shady stuff. He was partaking in the Hollywood sex orgy parties. You know what I'm saying?
How you know?
I remember there was a thing where they were talking about he asked Tupac to suck his dick.
Oh my gosh! And Tupac did it?
No, Tupac didn't.
No, Tupac. That's a lie.
Yeah. But I remember that whole thing was flying around, right? So Quincy Jones is not, you know, squeaky clean either. I guess it's at he had the later end of his life, right? Where he's like, you know, I lived my life and I have some regrets. I have some things that, you know, personal, you know, before, because everybody, you know, the whole not necessarily the Me Too movement. I hate using hashtag words, but you know, the women uprising, because we in the era of Aquarius, the age of our, you know, the divine feminine energy, and women are speaking out on a lot of issues. It can catch up to him too. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking he kind of like somewhat getting in front of it a bit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And also, you know, saying stuff about Hilary Clinton, and I'm interested in what he was going to say about, like, he was like, you know, a lot of things he kept on saying, with like when he alluded about Kennedy, he was like, I can't talk about that. We should just talk about something else, man.
It's like he said that about a bunch of stuff that he shouldn't talk about.
He said that about Bill Cosby. I was like, why he didn't go with Bill Cosby?
The Clintons.
The Clintons. He said that about Kennedy, and thinking is, you know, when you look at industry, entertainment industry, we already know it's a lot of shady shit go on. You know what I'm saying? And he even talked about him dating Ivanka Trump. But the things that he didn't say is what really got me intrigued in this article and made me think, like, they about to kill Quincy Jones.
Maybe they kind of also like, nah, he old.
Then again, well, if he's just, they be like, oh, he just old. He knows secrets. He has secrets that he can just spill out.
True.
They could shift and
he need to write a book.
Landscape. He did wrote a book. He got a biography.
He need to write another book.
And they gonna do a movie for him.
Oh, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Who gonna play him?
I have no idea. I forgot. Somebody did say they was in talks about playing Quincy Jones. I want to say it's the boy from New Edition. The one play Ralph, but I don't think that's correct or not. But I think that Quincy Jones, he just at an age like at 85. It's like, I don't give a shit. And he talking like an old man who's just like,
it's very old man rhetoric.
Mm-hmm. Old man rhetoric. What parts in this article that kind of caught your eye?
The Michael Jackson one, that one did it for me. I was like, oh shit, okay. You know, because I feel like Michael Jackson was painted as like, and I love Michael Jackson, but I do feel like he was painted in such a positive way that a lot of times you don't hear a lot of negativity about him, and that's a lot of those older stars because they had such a mystique. So when you hear something negative, it's kind of like, oh, you know, versus today, you know, people be like promoting their negativity, but back then they were so clean and, you know, you didn't really know a lot about them.
Right, yeah. Well, for me, it was the Hilary Clinton one when he was speaking about the Clintons.
Oh, and the pharmaceutical stuff too.
Yeah, he was talking about the pharmaceutical stuff. Like Rap, he talked about Michael Jackson. He was talking about how Michael Jackson died of propofol.
Yeah.
How propofol, you know, he says, this is what he says exactly. Yes, the interviewer asked him, it's such a strange juxtaposition how Michael's music was so joyous, but his life just seems sadder and more odd as times go by. And Quincy Jones replied, yes, but at the end of Michael's problem was propofol, and that problem affects everyone. Doesn't matter if you're famous. Big Pharma making Oxycontin and all that shit is a serious thing. I was around the White House for 8 years with the Clintons. I learned about how much influence Big Pharma has. It's no joke. You know, and then the interviewer asked him about the Clinton. You just mentioned the Clintons, who are friends of yours, and mind you, the people he's talking about are his quote unquote friends. You dig what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's probably somewhat guilt as well that he's talking from to, you know, spill all this tea. He said, you just mentioned the Clintons, who are your friends. Why is there still such visceral dislike of them? What are other people not seeing in Hillary, for example, that you see? Because there's a side to her. When you keep secrets, they backfire.
I mean, that makes so much sense, though. Like, I feel like everybody look at Hillary Clinton like, we know it's another side of you. Like, you know, everyone gives her the side eye.
Well, yeah.
And real quick about Mike, I think what he said kind of convinced me that Mike, it gave me the notion that Mike was more of an addict than a victim.
Yes.
At first, I don't know whether I thought he was a victim or thought he was an addict, but... And then when he talked about the plastic surgery thing, it almost like Mike was kind of coming up with excuses to get plastic surgery. So it kind of made me think that maybe the whole he couldn't sleep thing was more of him just kind of being addicted to propofol. Yeah,
I think that's the case. And then, a lot of addicts. I'm not I know some, but I think a lot of people who find coping mechanism in something, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's propofol pills, alcohol, crack, cocaine, food, sugars, sex, all these different things.
Work, yeah, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, work can be an addiction. Money can be an addiction. You know what I'm saying? I think what happened with Michael Jackson, from the pain of his upbringing, the harsh treatment he got from his father, growing up in Gary, Indiana, which when you go look at Gary, Indiana right now, it's like a third world country there. You know what I'm saying? It's really messed up for black folks over there. One of the poorest cities in America. But when you coming up from those upbringing and the harsh treatment, when you get a lot of money, that pain don't go away. That trauma don't go away.
Right.
You should find ways or excuses to cope with that trauma. So that's where the plastic surgery comes from. He was like saying how his father used to tell him how ugly he is.
Right. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's so
that's
crazy.
part of colorism to affect.
I don't think it's colorism. I also think it's just him his father was just crazy.
His father was crazy.
Yeah. Because I don't think Mike was really dark like that.
He wasn't. But still, at the same time, his daddy probably was like, "You black mother," you know what I'm saying?
I think his dad just made him hate himself. Yeah. It's deep and it's crazy. It's just, it's almost like that side of Michael that no one really kind of touches,
because they know they don't touch that on the Jackson family.
Yeah, because, from him being famous so young, it's a lot. That's all I got to say. It's a lot.
Exactly. And Michael Jackson, it's the music industry, and they were having sex orgies back in the day.
Yeah.
You heard the stories. You know what I'm saying? They were, and I'm talking about some wild stories. Richard Pryor allegedly slept with a white man.
But is it hard to believe though?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not hard to believe. So Michael Jackson being a kid growing up in that kind of industry,
right? Seeing all of that,
traumatizing man. You become a grown man and make you be like, oh man.
Yeah, that's why
you know what I'm saying?
I tell one of my friends, we talk about if we had children and our children were talented, would we let them, chase that dream? And I was like, I would not let my child go into the industry until they were 19.
19.
You could do little stuff at home, but I can't. I can't. I can't let you just go into that realm at a young age. I want you to have at least a high school life. Now, after high school, you can do what you want to do, but you're going to have a normal life. I think it's very important for a child to have a regular life.
Right. Now, my child, 16, 15 years old, he writing raps, he rapping and stuff and like that. I'm like, okay, do your thing. Dad, I'm 15 years old. I just got a major deal with Sony Records. No, we ain't.
Yeah, no, it's not happening.
No. Dad, you got to sign off on it. No.
Nope. Tell them to call you back in 2 or 3 years.
Exactly. It's not happening. Because, even when you look at how young, I think Nas was very young when he got in the industry, I think. Nas was 17 when he was he was either 17 or 18 when he dropped Illmatic.
Mm-hmm.
That's not very young. That's actually a good time to kind of start doing shit. But he was doing shit before then, when he was 15, 16. But Chris Brown, I think Chris Brown was 15?
Chris Brown was really young, yeah. About 15.
Aaliyah was 14?
That's too young. Aaliyah, Monica, Brandy.
Look at all the shit that he had. Look, the shit that Chris Brown went through. Look at the shit that look at these kids, the people who come from being kids to being where they are now. You know what I'm saying? Granted, Outkast, they were 18, 17, 18. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm sure they're
through high school,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
There are exceptions to everything, but yeah, no, not
for my child.
No.
So when he was saying that about how Michael Jackson's, perceived as an addict, it kind of makes sense. I can see that. You know what I'm saying?
He's been through some shit.
Right. But what he was saying, Big Pharma is pushing it to. They pushing you to smoke cigarettes back in the day. They used to give you candy cigarettes.
Right.
Candy cigarettes back in the day. They're pushing, nicotine. And then the medicine companies are pushing flooding the gates with medications that really don't medicate you. They just keep you sometimes they get you addicted to Oxycontin and opioids. They get you like, for instance, they locking the fathers up. I remember, like, granted, I know a lot of people say a lot of stuff about Umar Johnson, but this is what I learned from one of his rhetorics that he went on. They, they locked a lot of fathers up for cocaine and a lot of stuff, but they putting the same substance that's in cocaine in Ritalin and giving it to the kids that they locked up their fathers for. You know what I'm saying? That's how this big pharma companies push it. And he said he saw that during the Clinton years.
It's
you know
like,
what I'm saying? And then they went right in and he was like, I can't talk too much about Hillary Clinton because I know I would get in trouble about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, these motherfuckers be knowing shit, like, for real.
yeah, like a lot of stuff.
They be knowing a lot, and before they transition, it seemed like it's a thing, man. We in the age of the awakening, and a lot of people is going to fall. A lot of people are going to get exposed. You know what I'm saying? Now, the Richard Pryor thing, nobody ain't too. If you're surprised by it, I can see people being surprised because they probably never heard it. But I heard Paul Mooney said that, right?
Right.
So I heard about Marvin Gaye. I heard them talking about Marvin Gaye possibly, being a bisexual. Like, okay, I can see
I've heard that a couple times.
Right. So, James Baldwin, he is openly gay, man. So, that's not surprising. But the whole thing about Kennedy story and how he's like, I know who killed Kennedy.
That was a lot.
That was heavy for him to kind of go, like, even to allude to it. Like, you put a target on your head, bro. What the hell you doing? Like, openly on an interview. Like, what the hell is you doing?
He might be under something. I don't know. He might be trying to do some other shit. You never know. They might say, Quincy Jones, we're going to set you up with this bullshit interview. We want you to spill a bunch of shit and throw him off. It might be some other shit. Yes. It might be.
It might be all a ploy to throw us off.
It might be a ploy.
Like, have us reopening the Kennedy murders, and where they about to do mass genocide in Ghana somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't even know what their plans are. But at the same time, then again, he could just be an old man who's at the end of his range, just telling the truth. And for me, it sounds more like telling the truth. Because he has no. Why would he talk about this stuff? You know what I'm saying? Why now at all times? You know what I mean? Why talk about Michael Jackson? Why now? And what's the purpose of it? What you getting out of this? You know what I'm saying?
Get it off his chest.
Exactly. There's a lot of things that he's holding on to, and that's the thing when you holding on so many secrets, and it be like life or death type of secrets, or secrets that really had damaged a lot of lives. You know what I'm saying? That will weigh you down before you get ready to go, especially get to that age, to the glory age of the golden age of 85.
But also, he might be telling more secrets in the future too.
Yeah.
So I also thought it was interesting how he basically said how the producers of today aren't musically skilled.
Right.
So yeah. I thought that was interesting.
I found that interesting too, because it's some truth to it.
Yeah.
He said he loved what Kendrick doing, and I will agree with him. Kendrick is dropping. He's very musically savvy because he go back and do research and listen to old music. But a lot of musicians don't do that. A lot of producers don't necessarily do that. A lot of them. But this is the thing, man. It's like, and the guy said, are you just like, back in my day, that's how we used to do it. He would ask him that. And he was like, no, it's a code of ethics when it comes to musicality. That it just is what it is. Like, you got to know about notes. You got to know what kind of appear to the ear. But he said something interesting about how a lot of songs, they have to like, the ear can't get bored with the same sound. You know what I'm saying? He was saying something about how hip hop is they have a four bar loop. You know what I'm saying? And he said, and that's true about hip hop because it has 4-bar loops. But the mind will go somewhere else. But you got to keep the ear busy. So you ain't keeping the ear busy, you ain't making a song. You just You're just putting noise out there for him.
Right.
I found that interesting when he said that.
It was a bit of old man back in my day, because
it was though.
It was a bit of old man back in my day. I mean, of course, we all love Quincy Jones, but I think music to me is like art, and I feel like beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
It is.
So I do get the skill thing.
I get what he's saying.
I totally get it too. Like, I get it, because I mean, I came up in band. Like, I get knowing your music stuff, your music theory, and all that good stuff. But at the same time, it's like, you know, art is an even playing field. So, you know. So.
Yeah, it's all about the perception of the
It's all about perception, so yeah.
Or the listeners, you know what I'm saying? But even now, we reading an article about Walter, about his words, and we dissecting it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We could be way off what he doing. He probably just being an old man, just talking shit.
It sounded very much like that, yes.
You know, that's probably all it is. And we were digging too deep into it. But at the same time, you know, when you get, and this is the thing, like, you know, I remember Dr. Joy DeGruy did a amazing breakdown for a book, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome, like a 2-hour long series, documentary thing. And it was really good. It was really dope. Y'all should definitely check it out. But she had said something to the fact that, like, you know, who are the people that's going to tell the truth? They ain't going to lie. They ain't going to bullshit you. Older folks? I'm talking about old folks. I'm talking about, she was like, the old folks were like 75 and up. They live their life. They just don't care no more. They gonna tell you, you look ugly, honey. What the hell you got on? What the fuck wrong with you? And why you talking like that? You know? And little kids, because they don't know no damn better. So old folks and little kids, little kids don't know them better. They're gonna be like, you got a booger in your nose. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So Quincy Jones at that later part of his life, where what you gonna say to me? Like, I could die tomorrow. Like, and you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go. It's about time.
I mean, we need those honest old people. Them people just gonna tell it like it is. Like, look, XYZ, you know, blah blah blah.
It is what it is.
Don't drink the water. You know, just people who gonna be straight up and honest. Like, we need more honest people in this culture, period. But especially those old people have knowledge and wisdom too. So they were around and they saw a lot of stuff. So we, even like our relatives, like our, you know, our uncles and aunts and stuff, like, we need them to be around so they can tell us and everybody who come behind us all the stuff that they know and all the history. Because if we don't know, we're gonna repeat it.
Exactly. We just continue to repeat it. If you look at the same thing what's going on with Umar, Dr. Boyce Watkins, Yvette Cardell, Umar Johnson, Tariq Nasheed. You look at all these things that's going on and the clashes, right, with our intellectual minds. They're doing the same thing that happened during Malcolm X. You know, they didn't learn from what happened between Booker T. Washington and W.E.B. Du Bois. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing on fight. And instead of, you know, doing the same thing, they didn't learn from the mistakes that they did. You know what I'm saying? And building from that.
Right.
That's the reason why you need old heads around to kind of navigate you, give you stories, give you the knowledge, so you can be like, okay, they did it that way, that didn't work. Look where we at. The interviewer asked him about, you know, not only racism, feminism, but everything, all the problems in the world today, right? Mm-hmm. And he was like, do you think it's getting better from the days you was growing up and coming in the game and industry and entertainment and everything? He was like, no, it's worse. It's going to continue to get worse because it's a thing. It's going to continue to get worse because it's going to, but it's like he said God, but he's saying it's like God's way of exposing everybody, exposing all the shit, and so people can outrage and strip it down and start anew. So I thought that was interesting when he said that too. So like this interview was really good. It was interesting, you know. And Quincy Jones, a legend in his own right. Do I love him? No, I don't love him, but I do appreciate him a lot for what he did in the music industry and for black music.
I mean, he produced Michael Jackson stuff. Like, he he probably is one of the most impactful producers.
Right, yeah. I don't take that away from him, but be like, I love the man. I don't know the man.
I mean, I'm not saying you should love him. I'm saying how I feel about him.
Right. But yeah, man. Shout out to Quincy Jones. Let us know what y'all think in the comment section. Unless you got a last little point you want to point out, cause
no, I'm good.
We good. All right. But yo, you let us know in the comment section about Quincy Jones, all the tea he is spilling. That man is spilling some tea. Like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe. Yeah, thank y'all for listening to our shows, and we're gonna keep building. Peace.
Peace out.
I will not raise my daughter differently than my mother raised me. The rearing I got from my mother, words cannot express. I could live in any time, I could live in any country, I could live on any planet, and I would be fine.
What was the key? What did your mother know? What truth was coming through your mother that's going to come through you to your daughter?
My mother gave us aphorisms to learn as children. And the one that there are two that stand out foremost in my mind. One is, the inner reality creates the outer form. I learned this when I was in grade school. I was very young. And the other is, the universe bears no ill to me. I bear no ill to it.